Hello Pisces, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Pisces for the week of October 24th. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Pisces. Now I'm using the Tarot Muka, as well as the After Tarot and the Prism Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right, let's get all the cards out here. Do make sure you are subscribed to the channel for regular updates from me. It also really helps the channel grow here on YouTube. All right, let me make sure we're all set up. What's going on, Pisces? Something here is going on. We'll talk about it. All right. And then we'll put this over here. All right. I think we're looking good enough to me. Energy on the bottom. You have the Strength card. So the Strength card is about overcoming something that is very challenging to you. Okay? This is overcoming an internal obstacle. This is overcoming something that is uniquely difficult or uniquely challenging to you. Not necessarily somebody else's, what other people think are difficult, but what you think is truly difficult. That's the Strength card in a nutshell. All right, it's all about having bravery, courage, confidence to be able to go in the direction that you need to go. It's also the energy of Leo. Some of you here are being given a test, I have to tell you, okay? Some of you here, this is one of the more unique 9 cards I've pulled in sometime. One of the most unique 9 cards I've pulled in some time. And I say that because we have a very good card here in the middle with the 9 of Pentacles, but all around the edges, there is something very challenging. There's something very challenging going on here. And, I'll just say, if this is going to make you anxious, this is one of these readings where you might want to click off. I am, of course, going to try to make it as positive as possible, as I try to do in every reading. But essentially, if I'm looking at this, I almost feel like what's going on outside of you, in other words, your outer world, maybe that refers to the friends that you have, the family members, maybe your relationship, your environment, events, things that are going on outside of you are challenging right now. Okay, you're being tested in those areas right now. Internally, though, you feel like you see light at the end of the tunnel, or you feel very strong internally. Like, you know that there's a way out of this, okay, and whatever it is that this is for you. Okay, you know that there's a way out of this situation, or you know that there will be light at the end of the tunnel here. So in the overall situation, you have the 9 of Pentacles. This could be connecting to your independence as just your independence, right? So the 9 of Pentacles is typically around financial independence, but just in a general life reading, which this looks like that's what this is. In fact, I don't see a ton of cups. We only have 1 cups card here. And so this might not even be about your relationship, okay? This I think is about a general life situation here. The 9 of Pentacles says that you are, walking on your own path. You don't need to be supported by anybody. You don't need to be propped up by anybody. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of true independence. And it says that you have earned it. 9 of Pentacles is a very positive card saying that you've earned everything that you have now. And that you can stand on your own 2 feet. So I like to see that in combination here with the Strength card and the 9 of Pentacles. That's a obviously very strong combination here to start the reading off. In the past, you have the Tower, you have the Knight of Swords, and you also have the 8 of Swords. I wanted to just say inner strength, I think, is the key phrase here for you right now. Inner strength. Seems like some of you are really have a great deal of inner strength at this time, because in the past here, something has happened very, very, very quickly, okay, in your life. And The reason is you have the Tower and the Knight of Swords, okay? Both of these cards can indicate destruction in the tarot. If you look up, you can do it, right? After this video, you can look up the Tower and the Knight of Swords on the Googles or wherever, and you will see keywords destruction with these cards. Now, tarot is all about your interpretation, okay? And so I generally try to be more positive with my readings. So if I'm taking a positive approach here, yes, something challenging has happened very quickly, and in fact so quickly that it may have felt chaotic. However, what this is doing is it is collapsing something. It's collapsing a false belief. Something that you thought was true actually wasn't true. It's a false belief. It's collapsing the false belief of your life, some type of false belief in your life. And it's truly a blessing in disguise, because nobody wants to live under a house of, or within a house of cards, right? Nobody wants to live under a roof that is going to collapse. And so, what's that phrase? It's sort of like rip the Band-Aid. Yeah, it's sort of like ripping the Band-Aid here is what I feel like is going on. It's painful initially, but then it's over. And, I think there was a really big event here in the past with the Tower and the Knight of Swords. It was so chaotic for you. And it felt like, wow, like what do I even do from here? And, what I think happened is you've fallen back on your inner strength, or you've been able to develop some type of inner strength as a result of this situation. Now, the good news in this reading is this is behind you, right? The worst is behind you. You are getting tested, though, here in the future again, but not as big as whatever happened over here in the past, okay? So I do think the worst is behind you. You do have this Eight of Swords. This has left you confused, or just not so much confused, more like in your head about something. With the Eight of Swords, this person's blindfolded, having a hard time seeing what's in front of them. And, with that Eight of Swords, this has left you like feeling trapped, like, okay, now what do I do? But I think you've had to come up with some creative solution here, or I think you've had to come up with some sort of creative solution here to work through whatever happened here in the past. And I think you've maybe you were at first a little bit stuck with the Eight of Swords, but now you've kind of been quick on your feet, okay? In the current situation, you have the Page of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and you also have the Devil card. So it is interesting, right? So the Devil, number 15, comes before the Tower, number 16. So the Tower is essentially like the tap on the shoulder, saying, Pisces, you know that you have to stop doing this thing. You have to stop doing this thing. Or it's the warning sign from the universe. This is not the road. And then the Tower's like, well, you didn't get it the first time, so here we go. It's like, okay, we've warned you type of deal. That's kind of the idea with the Devil into the Tower. And, the devil is really just something, it's a shadow, right? None of us are perfect. We all have shadows. We all have something to work through. None of us are going to get it right all the time, 100% of the time. And it's possible that this might be coming back in, because you have the Tower in the past and then the Devil here. Or what could be going on is some of you have, you've been having important revelations subconsciously. This might be through dreams about why this Tower happened in the past. Like with the Devil here, you may be like, okay, now I understand. I understand the warning sign that was given to me now, right? You didn't see it at the time, but you understand it now. I think is maybe something that's going on here. Yeah, I think that's probably the case for many of you here. With the Nine of Pentacles, again, it's like, despite this, you are standing on your own 2 feet, right? You have inner strength here, despite whatever's going on here. And, you're not letting it hold you back. You have this Page of Swords, which is about disappointing news, There's clearly been something delivered here. It can represent news of delay, but in a reading like this, it's likely to be something disappointing in your life, okay? I'll be very interested to see how we clarify, because, part of me feels like this doesn't even seem like, yeah, this doesn't seem like a love situation. You know, you have you have 1, 2, 3 swords cards, you have 2 pentacles cards, you have 1 cup, you have 1 wand. So it literally, you know, we've got our bases covered here. So it could literally be anything. But yeah, I'll be interested to see how we clarify. So in the future, you have the 5 pentacles, you have the 5 wands, and you also have the Queen of Cups here. So there's going to be a change that comes in. 555 represents change from my perspective. And you know this, okay? You know that this is happening. Queen of Cups is somebody who is extremely intuitive in the tarot. Second most intuitive card behind the High Priestess. This Queen of Cups could very well be you. It doesn't matter what gender you are. This is any water sign, but this could absolutely be you showing up here. And you intuitively knowing that there's some sort of change on the horizon here. But this, again, this is something that you're ready to handle this, okay? And I guess what I would impart on you is that it's a really big time for you. If this reading is for you, if you're like resonating, you're like, yes, this makes sense. I went through this tower moment, blah, 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 blah. If you're like, yes, this is my reading. What I would impart on you is that you should really be talking to yourself in a confident way at this time, okay? With the Strength card and the 9 of Pentacles. I think you should be really sticking up for yourself. I think you should be really talking to yourself in a confident way. Drop any sort of negative self-talk with the 8 of Swords and the Devil in the lower row, and recognize that you're strong enough to work through whatever. And I feel that too for you. And so, yeah, because 5 Pentacles could be like some type of, this is about unworthiness. Again, this is about you making sure that you're talking to yourself in a healthy way. And the 5 Wands can be a conflict, but those 2 cards together for me, this is about change for you coming up. But again, change that you can handle. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at these 3 oracle cards here. All right, so you have space, anxiety, and determination. I mean, these are literally like the 3 probably, yeah, these are the perfect cards to find, because I feel like this really sums up what's going on here. Anxiety is can be associated with the 8 of Swords card. The upper Swords cards, the 8 of Swords, this can certainly be here with the anxiety can be found with the 8 of Swords card. I think, it's like a normal thing when you go through a tower moment, right? Like a tower and a Knight of Swords, those are big things, right? And then some of you are a little bit, anxiety is more about the future, like being stressed about the future. And so I think some of you recognize that there's something going on here, the 5 Pentacles and the 5 Wands. I think for some of you, creating space, and what do I mean by that? Well, it's like you're taking time to remove the people, situations, and events that are not fulfilling you at this time or not adding to your life at this time. I think some of you are taking a moment, and you have this determination card, which I'm really connecting here with the Strength card and the 9 of Pentacles. I think some of you are determined, and I think some of you are really going to work through whatever's going on here. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's start to clarify this situation even more. Now, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. Please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Really helps me out. All right, so you have the 7 of Swords, you have the King of Cups, and you have the 2 of Wands. Okay. So, 7 of Swords with the Tower, not my favorite combination. 7 of Swords person is it's an energy of deception, okay? I found it, if this is connected to work, I found that it comes in when people are there's workplace gossip or rumor mills or, people talking behind your back. I've seen that come in with the 7 of Swords very clearly, very heavily with that card. For some of you, though, this could be connected to partnership now because you have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Remember, as I said, I want to see what happens when we clarify. King of Cups, Queen of Cups is a partner or a counterpart in the tarot. The 2 of Wands, you can see, does connect to partnership in some respects here. as you see the two people working together to discover or to research or to decide which path is best for them. And the Two of Wands is more about business partnerships, okay? It's more about like, business partnerships in some respects. So it is possible that some of you have been led astray, or that there was just something that was a little bit fishy here that happened in a connection. What I will say is, as you can see on the Seven of Swords card, this person's not going to, they're scheming, right? They're not going to get away with their scheming for too long, right? They're walking into a trap here. And so you can only be, or somebody can only be in the Eight of Swords energy for so long. And so, you know, do keep that in mind. Let's see what else we have. You have the Five of Wands. You have the Hanging Man, or the Hanged Man, and you have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so here's the deal. If you're still here and you're still watching, we have this eclipse energy that's showing up here on the 25th of October. And I'm thinking it could be a doozy. Now, just keep in mind that astrology is not causation, astrology is correlation. And so it's not that the eclipse is happening to you. Rather, it's correlated with things that were already going to happen, if you truly believe in astrology. And I think that there's just some really heavy energy here right now, just collectively. The readings this week, some have been okay, but some have been, like, the ones that have not been okay have been, like, really, like, challenging. Like, right? And so the Hanged Man here with the Nine of Pentacles and the Strength card, this is about you not staying comfortable, all right? So not staying where you are, okay? And really embracing some type of change in your life, not swimming upstream. Five Wands, you know that there's a conflict here. Five Wands in your mind spot, in the spot of your mind here, with the Five Wands in the future. You know that there's a conflict, okay? This is probably stressing you out a little bit here. And then you have the Six of Pentacles with the Devil. Some of you are giving too much. You could also be taking too much, honestly. It depends, okay? It just depends. There could be somebody taking, like, you might be giving too much to somebody else, or something like that going on. There's like an issue with give and take here, whether it's you or the other person. You have the Six of Swords, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the Seven of Wands. So absolutely, if you've made it to the end of this reading, this is good, because this is what I feel like for you, which is you are going to be determined, and you have a lot of inner strength here to work through whatever's going on. So the Six of Swords is you making a transition to a place that makes you feel much better. It's going through a rite of passage in life. It's making a transition in life. The Wheel of Fortune is your destiny. Okay, it is what you're supposed to be doing. It is your true north. It is your path. It is a positive change in luck and good fortune in your life. The Seven of Wands says that you are standing your ground. Okay, you can see that this person is taking on whoever wants to challenge them, and they are emerging victorious. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Temperance card. It's about alchemy, healing, patience, planning. You got this, is what I feel like saying to you, Pisces. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.